Hey everyone, welcome to Pass or Play. So today I'll be reviewing Black Adam, currently in theaters, starring Dwayne Johnson, Noah Centineo, Pierce Brosnan, Aldis Hodge, Viola Davis, just to name a few. And we basically start off in Kalandak, a civilization of people before Rome, before even the pyramids. In 2600 BC, this kid stands up for the injustices and treatments of his people to a tyrant of a ruler. Because of his character, he gets imbued with powers to defend his people as a protector. Black Adam is born as, he's the first Shazam, but he gets imprisoned for 5,000 years until humans come looking for the crown of Sebek, and they end up awakening Black Adam. The Justice Society goes to re-imprison him for global stability and restore peace. That is the best summary that I can give you without telling you, any more of the film. There is this other threat that also needs to be handled, you know, towards the basically the yeah towards really more towards the third act. But Black Adam is a one-man army. This movie is violent, but it's not bloody and gore. So I mean, you could take young kids to see this, unless you just have a problem with violence. But other than that honestly, that's really kind of the best part, seeing Black Adam in motion, and how he fights, and just and just attacks. Really, he's a one-man army. But the special effects, the fights, all that's done very well. Yes, it's CGI heavy, but it's done to me in a very cool way. um no complaints, honestly, on that front. Some people may nitpick. I guess it just depends on like your preference of what you're watching. But again, I think the CGI and special effects are done really well here. It's not cheesy. I would say that this movie is very reminiscent of other films that you have seen before. I think it does borrow certain kind of styles and certain ways that it shoots certain things, but it has a very, like, to me, old school, like, 90s action, early 2000 kind of comedy, I mean action kind of feel to it. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like when I was a little kid, probably seeing, like, I don't know, Power Rangers or something for the first time. I kind of got that feel. I just had a really good time just with the overall film. I love the Justice Society stuff. All of that is awesome. All the characters, they all stand out honestly on their own. But I think, to me, Cyclone, she has like this kind of prism of colors when she's using her powers. That is like really cool to look at, and like her flipping and spinning and all that. That's really cool. But Aldis Hodge is Hawkman, Pierce Bronson as Dr. Fate, Noah Centineo as Adam Smasher. Like, they're all good. Noah Centineo is funny as Adam Smasher. His back and forth with Hawkman, that's really good too. I mean, there's a lot of things that work, just as far as like what the actors are doing with the script that they have. Again, there are some funny comedic moments throughout. How Black Adam is kind of adapting, coming into the world 5,000 years later. And Mohammed Amir, who has specials on Netflix, he's in this as well. He's very funny in his character throughout the film. And there is a message about family and fighting and standing up for what you believe in. That's a good message that's kind of blended in, mixed in a way. The script is not the greatest, but again, the actors and the action, they do make up for that. And to me, that's why it gives you kind of an old school, like, 90s action slash early 2000s, because sometimes, maybe sometimes certain things weren't great, but then the actors were, they said the actors did the best with what they have, and that's really the case here. And The beginning, and the end is really good. It's the middle of the film that's kind of muddled. But other than that, it took them a long time to get this done. I think that the end product is good. It's not the I mean, this isn't creating the will or anything. this film does again borrow from other stuff, but again, I really had a good time. Honestly, I don't know, I kind of had that feeling like, I don't know, I felt like happier or like more lighter when I left the film, just as far as like, it just kind of gave me like a good feeling at the end. Like, I really like enjoyed it and I had like a good experience. And that's honestly, at the end of the day, that's what a film should do. Of course, if it's more emotional, then it may make you feel more things, but this was just like a fun, kind of action packed, comic book movie. And as far as the enjoyment, I think it does that. I think it does its job in that way. Dwayne Johnson is good as Black Adam. He's entertaining, but everybody brings, to me, everybody brings their best to the characters that they have, and they work with the script that they have. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, she's in here too. It's really cool. You end up getting a little guest spot from Henry Winkler, Happy Days. I mean, this it's a good film. I really had a good time at the end. I felt I had a good experience watching this. And again, if you take your kids, there is some violence, but it's not like gore or bloody. But I don't know if you're just like, it's. I don't like my kids to see a lot of action and violence. I don't know. Then maybe whatever you feel their appropriate age. I guess maybe just be aware of that. But other than that, this movie is a play for me. It is a play. It's a play. I say if you got the money and you want to go to the theater and have a good theatric experience, I think you will really enjoy this movie. I don't think you'll feel like your money was wasted. Um, you know, as far as like, does it follow the comic book to a T? No. I mean, I think it's an interesting an adaptation, but I mean, you can nitpick some things, but I think at the end of the day, did you have like an overall good experience? And I can say yes. I really enjoyed the movie overall, other than like nitpicking a few things. Honestly, there's way more pros than cons for this film. And again, it's a play. I would say go see it. IMAX, Dolby surround sound. I don't think you'll feel like you wasted your money seeing this. Other than that, if you like this review, hit the like button. If you have any comments, leave them below. Please subscribe. Trying to get 1,000 by the end of the year. And thank you, and I'll see you next time.